Guys, I traveled here to Estonia to interview one of the top sellers in his country. And for one of his new brands, they just had their first $10 million year? No, $10 million month. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And again, continuing my tour of the e-commerce world, I am literally in another section of the world. I'm back for the second time in the lovely country of Estonia, and this gentleman here just picked me up from the airport. Now, I don't know how it looks on camera for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, but it's still like not completely dark. And guys, it is 11 p.m. and we don't have any lighting, like I don't have any special podcast lighting. But you said that if this was a couple months ago or a couple months from now, it would actually still be literal sun would be out.
Yeah. A month ago, we had the midsummer. So that's when we have almost 24 hours of daylight. So yeah, around 11 p.m. you can still see the sun setting. So yeah.
So maybe some of you guys, this is like normal for you, those of you who are living in, Iceland or other parts of the world. But yeah, for me from California, 11 o'clock at night and still bright. And then this is actually dark, this is kind of crazy. But anyways, I think Estonia has long been known for a lot of e-commerce, superstars in the industry. A lot of them underground and some of them, coming out and talking about what they're doing. And Ranno's been on the podcast before. Now, we're going to talk about some crazy new project you've been doing for the last year since you've been on the podcast. But we have a lot of new listeners. So even though you've been on the podcast, we want to get your backstory again, just as if it was the first time. So you're born and raised in Estonia, but not here in the city, you were saying, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm born and raised in Estonia. I'm originally from Ranno, which is like a summer capital in Estonia. So all the people, especially in the summertime, we have a very nice beach there. So if you ever visit Estonia, come here in July, visit Ranno. It's amazing.
And did you go to university here in Estonia?
Yeah, I went to Tallinn University of Technology. I did my bachelor's and master's there. So I have a master's degree in finance. But yeah, never worked in the field. Started my own business straight away after graduating. So yeah, here I am.
So what kind of business was that, and about what year are we talking about?
2017 and Amazon. I started doing print on demand first. Two of my friends from my hometown. We did around 2 years print on demand, and then I started FBA.
Are you talking like merch by Amazon?
Yeah. There's like different vendors that we used in the States that did print on demand for us, and then also we used merch by Amazon. But we did different products like doormats, coffee mugs, and all that stuff.
Something I've always wanted to ask somebody who has that background in merch. Now, with the advent of AI, like if AI, what's available today, was around back then, would that have completely revolutionized what you were doing? Maybe you'd still be in it because it would have gotten so big.
For sure. Like even for us, my friend has a background in IT, and he built systems that we could upload, like 500 products a day, different designs on different products. So we were already like at one point, I think we had, few thousand ASINs uploaded to Amazon that we were fulfilling through the different vendors we had over the States. And then obviously merch by Amazon as well. And the merch by Amazon is still like running. It still gets some payouts every month from there. So it's funny.
Awesome. And then after doing the merch by Amazon, what other aspects of e-commerce did you kind of merge into as that part was going down for you?
I mean, we had to stop the print on demand part because we didn't really know anything about copyrights and trademarks. So we just did designs and whatever ideas we had. So and most of them were like copyrighted ideas. So at one point we actually had quite a lot of trouble. So we decided to take everything down and start FBA. And we tried meta ads as well with some products, but it really didn't get going, and because we already had so much experience on Amazon, we just decided to start with FBA. And interestingly, the first like FBA related podcast I listened and where I heard about was actually Serious Sellers. So
love that. Now, the last time you were on the podcast, you were talking about a brand that you had started. I believe there was like some locally sourced, kind of product too. Can you talk about that brand? Talk about the ups and downs, how it's grown or fallen off over the years, and what kind of products it is and stuff.
Yeah, it's been growing every year. The biggest hurdle we have with this brand is that we are manufacturing in Estonia, and because the products are, it's very hard to source them because we're selling pre-dried fruit powders. So we have like wild blueberry powder, raspberry powder, cranberry powder, and they all grow in our region. And lately, especially the last 2-3 years, have been very difficult to source these products because there's not enough people to pick the berries. The prices have grown exponentially, so it's very hard to be competitive against like South American and even like the berries from Canada, even though they're a bit different. Like there's like 5 different variations of wild blueberry. But still, we are hanging on. We are growing. The brand, I think, is going to do 3-4 mil a year this year. So it's still a decent sized brand. And I mean, it's a brand for my soul. It was the first brand we started. It's still going. We started in 2019. So yeah.
How can people find that brand on Amazon?
It's called Jungle Powders.
Just regular like jungle, like the Amazon jungle. Oh, a jungle. I see what you did there. Yeah, jungle powders. I like it.
So yeah, and we have like a lot of different products. We have like 35 different flavors, from tropical fruits to like wild berries that grow in our region. So yeah, people use these for smoothies, for baking. So it's single ingredient, very healthy stuff.
Okay, all right. Now, what has allowed you to be competitive? Obviously, like you said, the cost to produce this and pick it and stuff is a lot higher here in Estonia than other parts of the world who are also selling on Amazon USA. Are you at a higher price point? And then if so, how have you been able to grow it so much in a competitive landscape? This is not something that you're necessarily competing with made in China. I doubt that, you can even do this very economically in China. So it's a little bit different in that sense, but it's kind of like the same thing. Instead of competing with China, you're competing with South America and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Like we have our own bestsellers, and these bestsellers, they only grow in our region. So it's almost impossible for other brands to source them. However, our main competitors are another Estonian brands. So there's two or three other brands from Estonia that sell similar stuff, but they are more like, they are building their brand also outside of Amazon and maybe even more in Europe and in Estonia, whereas we started Amazon, we are very focused only on Amazon, so we are real experts on that. So for them, it's pretty hard to compete against us. I mean, overall, I think, we have been on the market for a very long time already. So our listings are strong. They're very well optimized. We have a lot of reviews for our niche. So yeah, I think that's the moat. And now we are also expanding more and more to retail and also Shopify will start doing meta ads. So yeah.
Is subscribe and save an important aspect of that kind of business?
Yeah, most important.
So then, like, how do you guys? I assume it's similar to like supplements and different things, but a lot of people might be new to subscribe and save and how you kind of like work your accounting where, you're not trying to get profitable on that first sale, from advertising. You're like willing to go a lot higher. So like, well, what do you guys do in order to calculate that? Like, how do you calculate your LTV and things like that so you can know what your target things are in your advertising?
It's a good question. Like we don't really, I'd say we don't really calculate LTV. Every month, our main objective is to be profitable. So we are using subscribe and save coupons just to increase conversion, but we always have to be profitable. Like we don't have the money to or the need also to really like scale that much to be like like zero net margin and then hope in the future that it would work out. We'd rather just try to maybe scale a bit less and make sure that we're profitable with every purchase.
All right, real quick, now we just moved to another location here. Tell us about exactly where we're at here in Estonia.
So this is called like the city hall, or in Estonia they say Raekoja plats. It's like the center of Tallinn from like 13th, 14th century.
And that's what's crazy. Like the first time I was here, our friend Annika was taking me around here. I started like looking there. There's like signs on some of these buildings that say the history. And then usually when I go to, like if it's in America or other parts of Europe or Asia, it's like, oh, wow, look at this building. It was from the 1700s and the 1800s and oh my goodness, this one was from the 1600s. What's going on? I'm looking at these buildings. It's like from the 1300s and 1400s. I was like, wow, I didn't know there was that kind of history here, that this town goes way back. But yeah, this is a pretty cool. And even though it's not now, it's past 11 p.m. You can see it's bustling. But you said that other times this place is packed even more than this.
I mean, like in June, July, August is like the peak season. And then also we have a Christmas market here in December. So that's also when it's a very famous time to come here. So there's like those cool small booths here. People sell like different socks they made out of wool and, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, right now is the peak.
I like it. This is crazy. Like in my town, people are not out and about in downtown at 11 p.m. Anyways, let's get back to Amazon talking now. Since the last time you were on the podcast, the last time you were talking on the podcast, that was this brand you were just talking about was the main one that you were working on. But now talk about how you came across this other opportunity that it was blowing my mind when you were talking about it to me on the car. But talk about the origin of this other brand and basically the backstory of it.
So yeah, last time we did podcast and the other brand was still like a secret project for me. My friend pretty much found the product. He used to play handball and he got injured. Like he had a back injury. He was living in Kuwait and he also wanted to do e-commerce because if you're doing professional sports and something happens to you're done. So he kind of wanted something else that would give him like a peace of mind. So yeah, he started looking for a product, found the product, started selling it in 2024 March, April, somewhere around that time.
What was the product and how did he find this? Like, how did he land on this opportunity?
It was pretty lucky in a way. He went through a lot of catalogs in China and found something that was really like relatable to him. And for his surprise, nobody really sold the product. So he immediately saw like an opening there, and yeah, that's how we started.
And then what does the product do?
So it's an item finder. So it's like Apple AirTag, but it's like in a credit card form. And today we are trying to solve the problem of for the people who lose things, and not just losing your wallet where you can put the card, but also losing your passport. We just launched a passport cover or like passport holder where you can put your passport in there and you're never going to lose it again because you can look it up on your Apple Find My. We have all of our products are Apple Find My certified. So we have the approval from Apple to use their system.
So unlike Apple AirTags, that's one SKU, when you're kind of like one product. You've got a various amount of SKUs because some are actually built into like passport holders and it's not just one thing. So how many total SKUs you guys have?
Right now we have, I think, 6 or 7. There's different variations, color variations as well on top of that. But unique products, we have like 6 or 7 right now. But we have a lot of products in pipeline because obviously there's people lose a lot of different things and we are here to solve all of that. And yeah.
All right, we'll talk about the journey to get to this, but I just want to quickly jump to, you were telling me we're filming this at the end of July. How much in gross revenue do you think you'll do on that brand this month?
So we did our first 8-figure month in June.
If you're counting how many zeros that is, that's over $10 million in one month. Also, that was even in June. So let's just take a step back. Obviously, you weren't doing that in 2024, or you didn't start there. This is kind of like the culmination of all your hard work. Talk about that hard work. How did you grow this brand? I believe you said it actually wasn't on Amazon. It was started off of Amazon.
So my friend who found the product started on Shopify, and he did it alone for 3-4 months. Saw some potential, but it really didn't get the ball moving. Then there was another guy in his hometown in Viljandi. His name is Kevin. Shout out to Kevin.
What is it with Amazon people and the name Kevin is kind of a good combination, I think.
And Kevin is our like meta wizard. So he's really one of the, maybe even the biggest reason how we have been able to scale that much. So he's taking care of all of the meta part to scale. I thought that Amazon is a black hole. That if you get some product moving, Amazon puts you somewhere and you start selling it a lot. Then Meta is even bigger black hole. And yeah, Kevin got involved, got the Shopify part going, and then Carl knew that I'm doing Amazon. I have my own brands, and I've been in the industry for a long time. He reached out to me if I want to partner up with them, and yeah, here we are now.
Something interesting you were talking to me about networking. Like I've met you at different conferences. I know networking is important, and you met your business partners, some of them through networking, but you've now kind of like stepped a little bit outside of the Amazon world. You've been to a lot of Kevin King events, and have you been to Prosper show?
No.
Okay, I haven't been to Prosper, but you know what it's about. But pretty much, what's a big difference that you have found as you expand into more general e-commerce networking? What's the difference between those of us who have just kind of like stayed in the Amazon ecosystem?
Yeah, as I explained to you before as well in the car, is that now when I see the e-com guys, like they don't have any limits. Like I see that people that are doing business on Amazon, they are inside the box, and it's because Amazon puts you inside the box. You have all these rules you have to follow, otherwise you get punished, all that. So that kind of teaches you to be inside the box. Whereas in e-com, it's much more relaxed, and people like they don't have limits. They come up with an idea, whatever the idea is, and they're just focusing on selling. And obviously, there's some ideas that you could never launch these products on Amazon, but it doesn't matter. Like for them, it's like that way they learn, and then they end up with products that they can sell everywhere, and they have the skill to just think outside of the box and scale.
Like, all right, maybe some of you guys should expand your horizons, see if that helps you get your first $10 million a month. We don't want to give away all your small secrets here, but just obviously it was started on Shopify. They were doing meta ads or other ads at the time. What was the one of the unlocks of why when this other guy came on, it was such a big difference night and day with how they were operating before, and why was it able to grow fast? Like, what kind of one of the secret sauces that he brought?
I think one of the big sauce I would say is we're executing everything very fast. Like we don't have limits. So when we try to learn from the best, like we have really good mentors, especially on the e-commerce or the meta side, who shared their systems with us and helped us really unlock and see the potential we had. If we go more into depth, I'd say the creative volume is a thing that really separates us from others. Like the boys are, doing 150 unique creatives every week, and then every creative has 3 or 4 angles, so it's 600, 700 uploads every week.
What does that mean? The difference between creative and 3 or 4 different angles? Like explain it.
Yeah, I'm also not doing obviously meta ads. I'm our Amazon guy, and I take care of this side. But how it works is you're going to do this one unique angle. Like we have creative strategists, they come up with different ideas, and then we try to have different hooks on this one idea. So you can have 3 different hooks on one video, pretty much. So
makes sense. Now this 10 million, for example, last month, and I'm sure this number changes month to month, but what percentage of that is Shopify? What percentage of that is Amazon?
Again, on Shopify, we sell worldwide. We fulfill from China, we sell worldwide. If we look at that, then it's probably 80 to Shopify, 20 to Amazon. But if we just look, because on Amazon, we are only available in the US right now. If we look only the US sales, then it's probably more 70-30, 65-35, something like that.
Where are you more profitable, Shopify or Amazon?
Amazon.
Because of you? Or is that the way you designed it? It's kind of is your Shopify strategy kind of like what people do with TikTok, where it's like, hey, let's generate the demand, and then we're going to have a lot of spillover traffic to Amazon where people don't even hit the ad, or we don't even have to capture them with advertising, so the profit is a lot higher. Is that kind of like how it's going?
We have tried so many different strategies. When we launched the product on Amazon, then at first it was just spillover traffic, and we really optimized for profit, and the profits went, especially last year December, the revenue and the profit skyrocketed. Then it's always like a different strategy, because we also right now we're doing rebranding, so we need to move our old stock to get the new stock in. So right now we're maybe giving away a bit more on the profitability on Amazon, because we need to get the velocity up. However, we try.
Why are you rebranding?
I mean, we are like updating our branding.
Okay, it's not like you're changing the brand. Okay.
The name stays the same, but we just we look more professional. But we are still, like, what we have discovered is that we don't want to drive all of our profit only on Amazon. So we still have to keep the Shopify also, profitable. And to do that, we can't really do too many discounts or deals on Amazon, because that immediately hurts our Meta account. And if the Meta account is in red, then we need to scale down, which overall hurts the business. So now we're trying to like different products to Amazon, so people can't really compare the products what we have on Shopify to Amazon products. So then for these products we can run deals and do all of that, because we have a lot of spillover traffic. People are looking for spot minders, but if they can compare, then it's going to hurt Meta. So that's the direction we're moving at right now.
Anything unique? I know you're not handling, you have a teammate who's doing it, but on advertising of something unique that you guys are doing. Maybe it's a special sponsored brand video strategy. Maybe it's leveraging audiences or AMC or some sponsor display, or you have a unique keyword harvesting, strategy. Is there anything unique, or is it pretty much bread and butter what you're doing on the advertising side?
I mean, I have a PPC manager that's been with me since 2021. For all of my brands. He's doing the heavy lifting over there, but I'm still very involved. And then also few months ago we started TSP. We have a team for that. So they are kind of matching the strategy we have that our PPC manager has. About uniqueness, I mean, what we're doing is we're really trying. First of all, like, we're really heavily protecting our branded search because there's a lot of competitors that are trying to get their piece, and they're much cheaper than we are. So, obviously some of them convert, but we've understood that, because we have so much more playroom, so we're really pushing them out from everywhere. And now we started also doing with the main keywords, because we are so much more expensive. We have more room to play around with. We are also like taking over the main keywords like tracking card, wallet tracker, we're pushing the cost per click up. So, our card is between $35 to $45, whereas some competitors are selling a 2-pack for $25 or $20. So we are just very aggressive with PPC, and even if we run break even or even lose money, then if I look at the bigger picture, then it makes sense.
Do you ever use any automations as far as like trying to adjust bids and things based on keyword rank? Like maybe you're trying to capture one of these bigger keywords and you start off lower, and then you instead of trying to adjust bids just based on ACoS or something like that, it's like, hey, our sponsored rank is here, but we're going to put a rule where if it drops below, we're going to raise the bid. You guys do anything like that?
That's what I was saying as well, that all the main keywords and branded search, we don't really look at ACoS. We want to make sure that we dominate it, and that's what the PPC manager is doing.
Excellent. All right. Don't forget, guys, in Helium 10 ads, you can definitely set up those automations, and then some other tools that you can use that as well. What is your current launch strategy? Like, because you're such a big brand and you have a big presence off of Amazon, is it pretty easy? Just like there's demand from day one, or do you guys have a big offline audience? You're sending a lot of offline traffic to Amazon on a new product, or are you doing the traditional thing that just Amazon only brands do, where it's just, hey, 100% PPC and try to lose, or maybe losing money in the beginning because you're just bidding on top of search and things like that?
Because we have the Meta side, we launched the products first on Meta. We have a huge email list. And obviously we start building like creatives around each product. And so when we see that the new product that we have launched on Meta, it's ripe enough that people already are searching for it, that I see that there's some traffic, coming to Amazon and already looking for it, that's usually when we launch it on Amazon. it takes 2-3 months after we have launched it on Shopify. So that's right now our strategy, and it kind of makes sense for us as well because we want to test out every new product, and we don't want to take too much risk. So that's why we launch on Shopify first. Then all the inventory is in China. We start building creatives around it, and if we see that it's about to take off or it has electricity, then we send it also to the US.
Has there been a case where it didn't take off on Shopify, or there are like negative signs and you just decided, nope, let's just not do it on Amazon, or has it always worked out?
Right now, it has always worked out, but we haven't launched too many products yet, and the products we are launching right now, we're 100% sure that they're winners, and they're big winners. So I think after probably if you ask me, maybe next year, if we start launching products that are maybe doesn't have that much demand already on the market, then it could be a different story. But right now, all the products we're launching, we know that there's a huge demand and they're going to be successful.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing that I don't know how many, if any, guests have talked about, where sometimes you think of Amazon as the main launch channel and then you expand to Shopify for a certain new product. But no, it's sometimes better to do it the opposite way, build the audience and get the demand there and almost like test it out first before moving a whole bunch of inventory to Amazon. So that's maybe something that you guys can think about. Over the years, you've been using Helium 10 for a long time for your different teams. What have been your favorite tools and use cases over the years since you've started using it?
I mean, I still use a lot X-Ray for just seeing what competitors are doing, how much they're selling. That's like, I have the Chrome extension always on. That's one thing. Yeah, we use it. I also use it for the emails, the follow-ups, for like the review requests. That's also another thing. And yeah, now I started using the MCP as well, which so far I liked it a lot.
But what kind of use cases are you using for it?
I think product research is awesome. Like, it saves so much time. Like, I give the input, what I'm thinking and what I want to do, and then it just scrapes through Amazon and gives me back ideas, and then I can combine all of that information and come up with awesome products.
I like it. How do you keep focused? I mean, you have a PPC guy, and you're doing. I mean, like, you were working pretty extensively when you were just working on the dry, the fruit powder. And now you're doing something that became way big. Like, how do you stay focused and how do you have time to do everything?
Good question. I mean, I know, like, I'm only doing things that bring value because I've been in the industry for so long time. So I know that, there's things that I can spend endless time on and they don't bring value. And there are, things that I can spend my time on and they bring a lot of value. So that's definitely one thing. But I mean, it's getting harder and harder. Like, I'm working Monday to Sunday. Obviously, like, I relax a lot as well because I travel a lot. But it's always, after work. Like, wherever I go, I always have my laptop with me. I always work, and then I squeeze an hour or two and go to the gym, or hour and two, and I don't know, have like a dinner with friends. So yeah, especially it's very hard right now in the summer because in Estonia, if it's July, everybody are taking their vacations. So all my friends are out like all the time. So it's a struggle, but yeah.
Before we get to your 60-second strategy of the week here, mention again how people can find the different brands, either online or on Amazon, and also how people can find you out there on the interwebs.
So yeah, my brands you can find them on Amazon or www.junglepowders.com or spotminders.com, and LinkedIn, my name, Ranno Tasane.
How do you spell your last name?
Tasane.
All right. And what's something unique, 30 or 60-second strategy you think is fairly unique? It could be on the Shopify side, it could be on the Amazon side, advertising, product research, product development, anything at all.
So my tip would be that if you are starting with a business and if you want to do it with somebody else or like together with somebody, then make sure that the person you are doing the business together with is thinking, as big as you are thinking or even bigger. And I see it especially right now that the guys I'm doing Spotminders with, they don't have any limits. So a year ago we did our first like 1 mil a month, and especially Kevin was the one that guys, this is just the beginning. Like, we're gonna do 10 mil a month, and then we're gonna do 30-40 mil a month, and sky's the limit. and there's no limit for us. So,
all right, guys. Well, I'm about to go get some freeze-dried powder for some smoothie, and then I think I've been actually wanting a finder for my wallet here, my passport, because I'm traveling and I always worry. Imagine if as much as I travel, to lose this. So I'm going to go and grab your product for that. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.